Decimals are kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean. Why just have one video when you can make a sequel? Of course, that's pretty much where the similarities between this and Pirates of the Caribbean end. Although Orlando Bloom did offer to star in this video. We let him down gently. Understanding decimals is one thing, but every now and again you will need to do an equation with decimals. For example, splitting a bill in a restaurant might need you to divide a decimal. Working out how much you will earn in a day might need you to multiply a decimal. Finding out how much your shopping will cost might need you to add a decimal. And working out what your bank statement will look like after your rent is taken out might need you to subtract a decimal. So understanding decimal equations can be useful. But how do you do it? Perhaps the easiest way to either add, subtract, divide or multiply a decimal with a whole number is to ignore the decimal until the end. Let's say you want to work out how much a 50-litre tank of fuel will cost. 142.9 pence per litre becomes 1,429 if we ignore the decimal. Times that by 50 and you get 71450. Next you have to pop the decimal back into your answer. It goes back into your answer in the same place where it was removed. There was one digit after the decimal, so that's where it has to go back, making the answer 7,145 pence. Now let's say that you want to find out how much that answer is in pounds and pence. You need to divide 7,145.0 by 100 because there's 100 pence in a pound. Ignore the decimal for now, so 71450 divided by 100 is 714.50. Don't forget, you need to pop the original decimal back into your answer. As your answer already has a decimal point, you need to slide it along one more place to the left to account for the one that you started with. So now your answer is 71.450 or £71.45, as you can leave off the final zero. Missing off the final zero after a decimal point is a good way to make the decimal equation a bit easier. This is because the final zero after the decimal point isn't needed. To give you an example, 2.5 is the same number as 2.50 and also the same as 2.500. If the decimal was listed like this to show the tenths, hundredths and thousandths of a whole number, then you can see that all of the zeros are telling you that there's nothing there. This means that if you had to add £2.50 and £3.50 together, you could add 2.5 to 3.5 to give your answer 6 or £6. How are you doing? Still with me? Orlando Bloom would be proud. Let's recap. From time to time you might need to divide, multiply, add or subtract decimals together, especially when you're dealing with money. An easy way to do this is to ignore the decimal point when you do the equation and to pop it back into your answer at the end.